Greetings gamers, Scorched here with the beginning of a new challenge series. This is going to be the adventures of the Retro Dweller. What the concept of this playthrough is going to be is to try to recreate the original launch experience of Fallout 76 now 5 years later. And it's going to take some creativity here to try to accomplish this, and I'll be going into this, how this is going to work as we continue through here the first episode. Roughly the same so far. Now we're going to talk to Pennington, but I don't know what he's talking about, young ladies. There's no young ladies. That's not in the book. That wasn't here 5 years ago, so we're just going to totally ignore that. We're going to move along. Anything that is not in the guidebook and like at launch, we're just going to try to skip over it and bypass it however possible. So yeah, no people have come back to Appalachia. That hasn't happened. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Just bodies. There's no living people here. And, I seem to have a little bit too much stuff. I'm gonna have to fix that, because that is not what you started off with when this game started in 2018. Now, I think I'll just go ahead here and pick up this bag with stuff that somebody dropped off here at the outside of the vault. And let's go ahead and do a little inventory management, a little retro inventory management here, and we're going to get rid of all this stuff that we did not start off with in 2018 when the game launched. Entirely too much food and stim packs and whatnot. We got to cut that down to what I believe you actually started with. I didn't find it in the exactly in the book, like what it said exactly. I'm just kind of going off of memory. So try and cut back on that. I think I'm going to keep one antibiotic just because it's really annoying to get a disease, even though I'm not sure if you got one when the game first started. No backpacks, those didn't exist yet. And there I dropped off everything. So there, now we're ready to start Reclamation Day, or to finish Reclamation Day. And you see I only have the one perk. Now we're going to head on down this way, and see, I don't know what this Wayward Souls thing is. That didn't happen. That wasn't on launch day, so we're just going to try to ignore that. I believe how it used to work was, I think it just used to kind of direct you towards in the direction of the Overseer's camp. So, like, down by the Wayward, but the Wayward doesn't exist yet. I think it was just an empty, closed-off building. We're going to also try not to utilize any game mechanics that were later added to the game. Although I do end up going back on that. I try to not use the area looting to start with here. But by the end of the series, I've just decided, you know what, it's just a slight time slaver, and I don't want to record as much, so I'm just going to go ahead and use area looting. It just speeds things up a little bit. But yeah, for people that are just playing now, you used to have to do this the hard way, and there was no glowing bodies either. Now this is a strange looking Scorch. He's awfully fresh. Or a ghoul. I guess he's a ghoul. I haven't actually technically encountered the first Scorch yet. So yeah, that's the other thing. Any people that are killable, you need to kill them, because they would be scorched, more than likely. Or ghouls. when the game first launched. There were no settlers, there were no living raiders. Any humans that were alive were no longer human, they were scorched. Or ghouls. So that's going to be another part of the playthrough. Now I'm going to consider this playthrough having completed after I launch a nuke on the Queen and complete the Scorched Earth. And that's how we're going to say it's wrapped up. I will have gone through all of the various faction quests, like the bare minimum of them that I could, in order to move on to the next, and try to get through this as quickly as I can. I mean, I will take a few little breaks and maybe level up a little bit here and there, but you'll see I actually get through the story faster than what the game was kind of really designed for me to do. So I'm actually under-leveled for a lot of the areas and creatures that I'm actually fighting. Because even though they did add this function into the game where they try to do level scaling with the enemies and your character, there are still minimum level caps for certain areas. So, like, I think the lowest level Scorch that you can fight in the Cranberry Bog, for example, is I think level 30, for example. Kill some more Scorched or ghouls and grab some loot. Yeah, that brewing station wasn't there either when the game launched. That was something that was added a little later. Now, as I was rounding up some chickens, I noticed something odd over here. What do we have here? This is actually not the first time I've encountered one of these before. I've seen one over by the White Springs Station as also. It's strange, it's just like it's like a levitating, as you can see, a giant Nuka-Cola cap. And it's like big enough that you can actually stand on it. And it's just levitating out in the world. This is the first time I've ever seen one here. Bugs. Bugs never change. Actually, that's not entirely true. a lot of bugs actually have been fixed, but then also some new bugs like this floating bottle cap thing have appeared. Oh, what was that? Must have been like, it's a ghost. There's no responders. Not that they're alive. Must be an apparition. It's really freaking me out. Whoa, it just like looked at me. I put some rounds into it. Oh, yep. See, the bullets just go right through. It's a ghost. It's a ghost of a responder. Yeah, maybe that's his ghost right there. There's his body. Yeah, his ghost form is like, a younger version of himself. And now, here at Wixom Homestead, this is usually where you encounter your first probably Scorched. Well, assuming you're heading in the southward direction, and there's one on a nice little morning jog here in the rain. Let's take him out. Alright guys, well I'll see you in the next episode.